Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. So I am going on vacation. I am leaving for 1 week to go to the beach. So excited, so blessed. But I'm going to be leaving the garden for a week as well. I have no one to take care of it while I'm away. So how do you prepare your garden to leave it for a week? Now, if you have a very established garden, this is not an issue. Like if all your plants are big plants you've had it established for a long time, you're not too worried about it. But if you are beginning gardening, if it's the beginning of the season, you have lots of little baby plants, things that you water every day or every other day, you might be wondering, okay, how am I going to leave this for a week and come back and not have like so much dead, especially when you live in a hot place like Florida. Okay, so in years past, when I have left to go on vacation, my garden has seriously suffered to where I had to start a lot of things over because things shriveled up and they died while I was gone. And there was a couple reasons for this. So now that I have a few more years under my belt of gardening, I now know how to prepare my garden for a little bit of neglect. So we're gonna go over those steps right now. Step number 1. Plant your babies. Okay, so if you have any small plants in little pots, baby seedlings, this is the time that you want to put them into the ground if you have a few weeks before you're leaving, because hopefully you have a little bit of time in advance. So I have 3 weeks before I'm leaving, so I'm going to get all of my baby plants into the ground because it's going to let them become kind of established. If I were to plant something maybe a week before I left, then it would still not have enough root system to kind of survive. It may shrivel up and die if I'm not watering it every day or every other day, depending on what the weather is like or if we get rain. So step 1, you definitely want to get all of your babies into the ground, or if you have really babies that are like seedlings, you want to put them into a bigger pot, and then you're going to want to get a dish or something with water in it. You're going to fill that dish, set your pot inside the dish so that it gets water and can suck it up at least for a few days so that your seedlings do not dry out. Step number 2, prepare the soil, build the soil. Now ideally you would have been wanting to do this for months, for as long as you've had your garden. You want to build the soil. This is something I did not understand when I first started gardening. I thought it was you put a seed in, you water it, it gets sun, it grows, right? No, you need good stuff in the soil. You need nutrients in the soil, you need bacteria in the soil. Really good soil is going to keep the plants alive even in dry weather. If you watch the Back to Eden documentary, which I did a video on, I'll link it below. He doesn't water his garden hardly ever after it's established. Like after he puts his plant in and it sits in the ground for a couple weeks, he doesn't water it again because his ground is so rich and moist that the plants can just live in there. So you want to build your soil. Well, how do you do that? Okay, so now is a great time. You can put compost on your soil, you can put leaves down, you can put grass clippings down, you can put things on top of the soil that are going to break down and go into the soil, and that's going to help your plants to survive your neglect while you are away. Step number 3, mulch. So you want to mulch all around your plants. It's going to, whatever water you have given it before you have left, it is going to trap it in there. It is going to create a nice, safe environment for your plants. So you want to mulch your plants after they're in the ground, or even your existing plants, put some extra mulch on top. And it doesn't have to be store-bought mulch. You can use leaves, you can use grass clippings, you can use, banana fronds, palm fronds, anything like that. Anything organic that's going to sit on top of the soil and trap moisture in. The 4th and final step is to deep water your plants 2 days and then the day before you leave. So the day before you leave and the day before that. Deep water your plants. And what I mean by that is water them for a long time. Let those plants suck up as much water as they can so that they are as healthy as they possibly can be for the coming stage where they're maybe not getting water, where it is maybe too hot out for them. So you want to give them the best chance they can. Okay, so what do you do when you come back? What if you come back and everything is like wilted and sad? Don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. If it's just wilted, that's like the plant's survival mechanism. Like, plants will go limp, like especially like lettuces, cabbages, things like that, in the heat, because it has something to do with helping them survive. By going limp, they don't need as much of their nutrients, so they're kind of conserving it. So if you give them some water and you give them a few days, most likely they will recover from that. Now, you also probably need to prepare yourself for some casualties, because, you know, like I said, if it's a tiny little baby seedling, sometimes those are super delicate, but try to keep it, you know, like I said, in a thing of water, in a covered area, so it's not getting too much sun, or a rainstorm's not coming and blasting it down. So just try to protect what you can. And yeah, most of your garden will be okay if you leave it for a week, even 2 weeks, if you prepare it well in advance. Okay guys, I hope you found those tips today helpful. Good luck if you are leaving your plants for a period of time. And yeah, happy gardening. Bye guys.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like.